You've been disciplining yourself into exhaustion, chasing some idea of worth someone else sold you. If you're grinding nonstop but still feel empty, I see you. If you want spiritual depth but feel stuck in surface level routines, you're not alone. If you want discipline without burnout, keep listening. We're shifting discipline from serving your schedule to serving your spirit. Once you do that, it feels like a weight that just got lifted. This is your lifeline. What's your lifeline? That's alignment. What if all that grind you're so proud of actually is devotion to the wrong thing? Most of us were handed a version of discipline that was less about living fully and more about meeting demands that had nothing to do with your spirit. You know the early alarms, the stat calendars, the guilt over taking a day off. That message runs deep because it's been planted in us since we were young. It often looks like our routines are built more to serve machines than to serve ourselves. You commute, sit under artificial light, eat over your keyboard, push to the end of the day, right? Repeat, rinse and repeat. That's the picture of discipline we've all been sold. Constant motion, constant output, no room for pause. That gets called success. But let that same child show discipline by walking early to pray or by fasting to honor a tradition, and suddenly it's too much or distracting. We've been trained to measure discipline by how well we follow someone else's script, not by how closely we're aligned with our own truth. Workplaces echo this. Your whole value comes from how many hours you give and how much profit you produce. Media fills your feed with tips to squeeze more work into less time. Rest is painted as laziness, being alone with your thoughts. Many critics argue that this culture serves economic systems more than it serves self. And the more disciplined you become in that system, the better it runs. But wait, for the system, not you, not me, not you, not me. I study histories and practices people try to erase. That's why this matters to me. Because when you ignore your inner compass to match some external demand, you lose more than time. You lose the chance to live in sync with something bigger than yourself, something bigger than deadlines. So think about your own life for a second. Recall the last time you felt proud of your discipline. Who did that really serve? Your higher self or something outside of you? I'm gonna let that question work on you because we're about to step into a very different way of seeing discipline, one rooted in connection, not control. There was a time when discipline meant something very different. In many traditional accounts from Kemet and the Nile Valley, it wasn't about control, it was about connection. So each choice and habit carried meaning beyond just you. I'll link sources in the description if you want to read deeper and whatnot, or just give you a link to my Discord. So today, most of us aren't aligning with the sun, seasons, or our communities. We align with an office schedule and a paycheck. That's a big shift from harmonizing with nature to serving machines and metrics. Back then, discipline was about spending your energy so you stayed in the right standing with life itself. Think about that for a minute, because the way they frame discipline, it filled you instead of draining you, if that makes sense. In some traditional tellings, greeting the sunrise was greeting life. Farmers work with the Nile's flooding, seeing it as a gift. There are accounts that describe priests training not to control others, but to master mind. Not only master mind, but breath, body, and voice so they could serve as clear channels of divine law, reciting of sacred texts until that shaped your thinking. Picture it. Initiates rising before dawn, moving in silence, controlling breath, aligning posture. None of it was for a bonus or a title. The idea was that the inner order supported outer order. And it wasn't just Kemet. In many African traditions, many, repetition was prayer. Playing the same drum rhythm for hours wasn't mindless, it was a gateway. Sweeping the same yard every morning wasn't busy work. It was clearing a spiritual path. Preparing the same dishes for ancestors each year wasn't a chore, it was keeping an agreement. These were disciplines. You can borrow that same concept today. Alignment over efficiency. 10 minutes of morning breath work isn't just stress relief, it's honoring life force. Journaling dreams isn't just organizing thoughts, it's recording messages from your deeper mind. The practices are modern, but the aim is similar. When discipline serves devotion, it stops feeling like weight on your back and starts feeling like a lifeline in your hand. Our ancestors understood this. They knew structure becomes freedom when you choose it for spirit instead of a system. Discipline is never neutral. Every habit is a form of worship, whether you realize it or not. So next time you set that alarm, ask, who am I praying to? Hey, if you're grinding to prove your worth, write it. If you're protecting your peace, write it. Just be honest. Then tap the free Discord, link is below. Subscribe, all the other YouTube stuff. Don't be stuck and done forever. Let's learn to grow together. It's Heff.